so first off, you notice that there's off in the distance, there's a building that looks like it's a little taller than the rest. It's this one right here. So it's like, so what, do you say stop the car and then you just let yourself out? Because they're about to turn off right here. Like, this is the right turn they have to make to get there, so...
Yeah, I'm gonna jump out here and then run there.
So, there's people everywhere, so having this woman with blue hair... I mean, it's kind of a strange sight. There's a woman with blue hair, hops out of the car, she's got a case... it's not a case, it's a bag? Or what is it?
It is a guitar case.
It's a guitar case, and then you're running down the street. It's like, that's strange.
I mean... If no one stops me, I'll just tell them that I'm running to a concert.
Okay, so... I mean, if you notice, like, police covers a little bit, like, you can tell this city is a little bit more well-funded, because there's definitely more police around. Just walking by, you see at least 2 teams of officers. So, they're eyeing you slightly, because you're, like, many people are kind of strolling where they're going, and you're the only one running, so... You're not trying to blend in. It's like, whoa, where are you going? Like, okay, so Raven, you got to get yourself out of the van and onto the street and running up the street.
Which one am I?
You're the blue one in the center.
Yeah, but it's hard to see if you are zoomed out.
Okay, so and they quickly go down the street. I mean, for one, you jumped out of an armored car, so.
No.
And it's got a gun on it, so that's another thing. The second thing you notice is that there's a group of people who are on the corner, and they're also eyeing you. I mean, like...
Are they now?
Yeah, but they're not eyeing you. Like, they're eyeing the car, they see you run off, and then they're going back to whatever they were doing. But the way
do they see me, Trick? Do they see me?
Okay, so, do they see you? Good question. Let's see, they have... Let's see, that's 8, so... Do they see you? The answer is yes. So, I mean, you have blue hair and you're noticeable. So they got a 5, so they did notice you. Even though you tried to be discreet. How do you increase it? You need a higher physical limit.
Yeah, but... No, I was... How do I increase physical limits?
Yeah, that is a good question. I think it's like it's stat related.
Body stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's body. Body is the one that increases your physical limit.
Yeah, I'm gonna double
to get some more
right now.
You're gonna have to work out that body. Alright, so we're driving down the street. We're just following the guidelines set forth. I guess, FaZe, I hope you're the one guiding us. Because we don't know where we're going. So we get to this street, and he's asking, which way. It's like there's 3 streets to go on. You both AFK? Damn you both. Why'd you choose now? We were almost there. Mara, I hope you're active.
No.
No? Alright, great. You're on the gun. Okay, so you're on top on the gun. What are you doing while up there? I mean, you're watching all this stuff happen.
I'm just watching.
Okay, so you're on the gun. You get to about here, and you see that there's a roadblock ahead. Like there's a roadblock ahead. It looks like they had got some sort of cement piece, and they had put it out. And there's men armed with guns.
Do they look like police officers?
No, not at all. They look like thugs. And as soon as they see the armored vehicle, they just raise their guns and open fire. Like, you see one of them point, and you see that they all bring up, like, whatever. They bring up a menagerie of weapons, different weapons. So, Mara, I mean, you're the one that's on top. I mean, first of all, let's see what they get. So I got one clicked, and then I hit that. Hit physical initiative. Roll your initiative. Are you going to get the drop on them, or are they going to get the drop on you? That is, they have the drop on you, so this might go poorly. They have to try and hit you. There's no armored cover for the vehicle gun, so you're pretty much in the open. So 2 of them bring up their AKs, and 1 of them brings up a heavy machine gun. So they're barraging bullets. So for this particular instance, you could dive quickly into the vehicle. Like, instead of doing standard defense, you could, let's see, what is it?
Oh, that's right. Doesn't this gun have an inside control thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, going into what skill would you use? That would be athletics? Something relating to athletics.
Would Mara even be on the gun if she knows that there is an inside control?
Well, we're already, like, she wanted to look with her own eyes, like, on the gun. So now that you're getting shot at, you realize it's not safe on the outside.
I was seeing with my eyes, and I realized I should be seeing with my eyes.
Yeah, once you get to the point where they're aiming guns at you, you realize, yeah, I probably shouldn't be up here. So you have to use some sort of skill to get yourself inside the vehicle so the armor will absorb the shots instead of you.
Get gymnastics?
Sure. So this is like you pushing yourself quickly into the innards of the vehicle.
I'll push that to the limit.
Okay, push it to the limit. So I mean, you immediately see guns aimed at you, and you drop straight into the inside, close whatever hatch, and now the bullets are aimed at the vehicle. So that is 15, 15, and 13. And the vehicle, let's see. Who's driving? Coates is driving, so he has to roll his... Can't dodge it, so the vehicle's just going to have to absorb the impacts. Armor penetration, standard is -2. That shouldn't be happening. That is happening, though. You know that problem I had where it didn't switch back to public and it always did GM only rolls? Yeah, I'm having that again. Okay, so...
That's not good.
I wish it would just let me... Let's see. So the first shots, which was 15 compared to 16 armor. You don't have stun damage for vehicles, so the first shots are ricochet. Second shots, they also... So the 8Ks don't do anything to the Roadmaster. The bigger... Like, actually, none of their weapons do. All the weapons, their bullets will ricochet just off the armor. Because it's so well armored that bullets really don't harm it too. If it's a low caliber, even if it's a high caliber rifle, if it doesn't have enough penetration, it can't really scratch the vehicle.
Glad we kept it.
So outside you hear this. So they're just going at it. And also, So, I mean, yeah, Sam, I think you would wake up at that point. I mean, you start hearing gunfire outside, and you hear the ricochets off the hull. Problem is, you do start hearing screaming. I mean, the people nearby, they didn't know that there'd be a gunfight here, so they start scattering. Civilian casualties? Yes. Some people do get hit with stray bullets.
That's their fault, not ours.
Yeah, so what do you do here? Like, Coach is asking, what do we do? Do we drive forward? What's the plan here?
What is the gun on this thing?
It is a RPK HMG. It is a heavy machine gun, and it's got explosive ammunition. I am giving you authorization now, since you are currently the gunner.
Is that drone still around?
Is the drone still? Which drone?
The Wasp, I believe it was.
It's not in this area.
Crap, now I gotta go get it.
Yeah, different area, sorry. Do you sure you want to bring that into a cityscape? Especially, it's like it'll be in a no-fly zone.
Yeah, that's going to be their fault. It's registered to them, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, so.
Bring the paperwork to their doorstep.
So it's going to cause a whole lot of pandemonium. So you're immediately going into hacking. So I would say now is a good time to roll your initiatives because, well, battle already started.
Holy hell, someone beat me.
Did they?
Yeah.
Beat who? Well, that's because
Dan beat me in the rolls.
Wait, who beat you? I don't see. It didn't show up yet. You didn't actually
Oh,
click
what the
yourself.
I did click myself. What the fuck?
Try it again.
God damn. That's a good roll, too.
I'll just put the 11 in.
You'll probably get the better one.
Will he?
Oh, there you go.
Okay, sure. There, you didn't get beat. I thought you were jacking into the Matrix.
No, I'll just do it from AR.
Okay, so using altered reality. So they're gonna get another shot. I mean, hold on. I forgot to minus 10 out of them. And Mara, you are on 0 because you had to prevent yourself from getting shot, because that's kind of important. Phase, you're up. So you said from altered reality, you're gonna hijack that helicopter.
The autopilot of it.
Okay, so. So that's a bad thing because as soon as you enter the Matrix, you hear that same sickening voice, which is now familiar by now.
Fuck's sake.
It's like, what do you plan to do, mon ami?
Fly.
It's like, fly where?
To do fun things somewhere.
It's like, so which one is there? Like a judge intent type of skill? Was that a thing, or was that not a thing? Am I hallucinating?
Yeah, it's
It is a thing.
Yeah.
Judge intentions. Yeah.
Yeah, judge intentions. I knew. Yeah, so. Boop. She can read you like a map.
Fuck.
So it's like, oh, I see what you're doing. Get one of their aircraft, fly it into illegal airspace, get them in trouble. Is that it?
Could be. I mean, it's a pretty good idea, isn't it?
So it's like, and you feel like, what's strange is that she basically puts her hand on your arm and, like, guides you through the process.
What the fuck?
And it's kind of creepy because her basically when you touch her hands are like icy. I mean, if you could feel cold in the Matrix, this would be that feeling.
Oh, joy.
So, although she's kind of like, just like her costume, or just like the fact that she's wearing all black, just her touch alone is cold as ice.
Oh, this is always great. Now I'm gonna get led into something.
It's like, and then her left hand is holding your right arm towards the process, and then her right hand is like messing with something else, and then you start hearing audio. Like, and while she's doing this, you see that her face is completely blank. I mean, she's not smiling, she's not frowning, she's completely focused on the task. It's like, what the? I've lost controls. What? I can't control it anymore. Where's the? It's like, call it in. Comms are down. Shit.
Oh, this will be interesting.
It's like SOS. It's like, what do we? And you hear him like, kind of freaking out as the vehicle starts driving itself somewhere else.
Well, I could have done that. Take my fun away.
Well, she is making you do that. Like, she's basically hijacking your controls to do that with your body. So.
But I was gonna do it. Damn.
Well, technically you are, but technically you aren't. So it's,
well,
it's kind of that weird feeling of, somebody else is making you do it instead of you doing it yourself. And she just releases her arm. It's like, what you do now is up to you. And then she just disappears, but now you have control of the helicopter.
Oh, good.
And you're hearing the audio of the pilot freaking out.
They have ejector seats, I'm sure.
Which he can't use because they're all connected to the same system.
Yeah, I know, but
he doesn't want to
who
risk
needs
ejecting if somebody else is in control. It's like, what if the fail-safes fail and he basically gets chopped up by the blades?
I know, but I don't need pilots.
Okay, so you're going to trigger it yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, but when? I mean, like right now? And the aircraft's
Sure.
just going to crash before it even reaches there?
Oh, it's not there. Okay,
No,
no,
it's not
wait
here
up.
yet. Like, it just started flying into hostile airspace.
Yeah, I'll wait for them. Just
Okay,
let them
so
get in
it'll
here.
take at least a turn for the helicopter to get here. But you can already tell that,
Alrighty.
like, it's getting queried by the local airspace. It's like, unidentified aircraft. You're entering restricted airspace. Alter course immediately. And he's trying to communicate back, but he can't.
Do I have
the system's
the
being
call
jammed.
sign on it? The drone's call sign or the helicopter's call sign?
Do you have the helicopter's call sign? Well,
Yeah.
the call sign was Hellbat, which is like, great. That's another corny name. Like people with that creativity.
Well, I'll just give them the call sign and the ID number,
Okay.
and say,
so,
we're just coming in for emergency or something.
Okay, so
at least
it's
we'll
like
have a lead on who to check.
state your emergency.
Rear rotor is broken, not functioning properly.
It's like,
see
are you
it,
trying to? You have to fake the controlling of that because it has to be somewhat visible for them to know that the rear rotor's failing.
Give it a little few notches left and right, and so on and so forth.
This would be what? What matrix action would that be?
I could probably use a spoof for that.
Sure, I could do it. Because she basically gave you control of the toy, and she's wondering what you're going to do with the toy. Okay, so you get a spoof to make it kind of look like the rear rotor's falling out, and it's not like functioning properly. So, I mean, they're giving you coordinates to go land. Like, land at this facility, we'll get you patched up and out of here.
Alright, I tell them I'll do that.
Okay,
I'll
are you
do my
actually
best to
going to do
control it.
that?
Oh, hell no!
Okay, so I mean, do you at least make it look like you're trying to go that way?
Yeah, a little deviation.
Okay,
Might take more time, but...
Alright, so Sam, I mean, you're wide awake now. There's gunfire. This bullet's now pinging the hull of the armored car.
Well, good reason I never turned off my astral sense. So let's get a good look around.
Okay, so what horrors will you see? Okay, so you're looking straight at the building, and all you see is blackness. So, high chance there's some sort of warding. Like, whatever this facility is, it's apparently important enough where they've paid for warding, magical warding. So you can't see inside, and there's a sinking feeling that if you were to try to bust through, you'd go through some intense physical pain. Just looking at it is painful.
Alright, well, not doing that. So guys, there's warding there. Maybe
Yeah,
expect
so-
a mage.
So, well, they were expecting something of magic. I mean, and plus it's a downtown area. It seems like they have the funding to afford magical warding, along with heavy weapons. The most you see is that besides those 3 guards, like, people are starting to pile out of this building. There's at least 6 more guys piling out of this building, each armed with heavy weapons. Now, your biggest threat is that one of them's carrying a rocket launcher.
Fuck.
Like, they were expecting some shit.
Dibs.
Shit, well, I'm
Of course, we're about to
mean-
get blown up. He calls dibs.
Nah.
gonna have to deal with that guy.
You're gonna deal with them now?
Huh. Well, I mean, I guess. This is gonna hurt.
Roll your ace sensing again, because the door's gonna be open slightly. Can you actually see through the door? Like, see through into the building through that small gap the door's now leaving? The answer is no,
Ugh.
because it's double doored. So for security reasons, they have 2 sets of doors. Yeah, from the outside, it looks like they just have one, but on the inside, you see that it's a double door. So these guys are pretty well equipped. All right, so
okay.
You said you're going to deal with one of.
Yep. Well, let's see if this wound penalty will screw me or not.
Let's find out. So he's going to try. Okay, so this guy's got a rocket launcher and he's got a backpack full of rockets. So. Yeah, I can already see where this is going.
Damn.
So he's okay. I didn't see that coming actually, because you're going to levitate him. So I mean, you easily lift him up. I mean, he's running and then he's like, he stops running and he starts floating.
Well, let's start throwing him into his friends.
Problem is, his friends are quickly like they're grabbing onto him and they're like forcing him back to the ground. So you have like 5 guys like trying to put him back on the ground.
Well, it's hard to do a moving target, so you get to move at 12 meters per combat round.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn.
So against the, so they're straining to, let's see. So you can move them up to 12 meters in combat. Then I have to. They're trying to hold him down, so they have to basically get equivalent of his weight worth of grabbing in order to keep him, and along with resisting the amount of magical force, which is like how many pounds? Like, was there a poundage I had to? Oh, it's
200.
Subject's mass divided by 200. It up. I forgot how many kilograms. Like, kilograms was one of those, like, I don't know how that translates into pounds, but oh well, we'll just go with the simple. So there's 5 of them. So 1, 2. I mean, it seems like they're doing a pretty good job. 4, 5. Is that just steadily going up? So let's see.
Hell.
That's. He's trying to. This is pretty much a carry, so this is times 10. Strength plus net hits, so that's 70. They can easily hold him in place. But against the force, I mean, like, even they're starting to get, like, slowly. It'll maybe cut your force movement in half. But, like, there's like 5 guys in there getting dragged along. So which direction are you moving them? Or moving him?
How much do they all weigh?
Straight up.
Mm-hmm. So they're all getting, let's see, are they smart enough to let go, is the question.
Probably not.
Let's see, well, let's find out. So, one of them is, let's see, 1, 2, 3.
All of them.
4, I think all of them. Yep, all of them are, like, as soon as they see him going up, they'd let go. Like, they try to stop him, but seeing that it's like, okay, even with 5 of us, there's not enough. They just let him go. And they abandon him. They just keep moving forward. And he's screaming at them. It's like, wait! And so he's slowly getting lifted upwards and upwards. So at this point, he's already 10 meters in the sky. What do you plan to do with him while he's up there?
I'm going to wait another turn, and then we're probably going to bring him back down on his friends.
Okay. Alright, so what's Aaron going to do? I mean, we're stuck in this armored vehicle. There's gunfire around us. What would
You
Aaron
can shoot
do?
out at them.
So, yeah, there's a couple. Let's roll down the window. Are you sure you want to do that, though? Because they could shoot into the window at the same time.
We could just duck out the top, take a shot, and duck back down.
You close the hatch, so he has to open the hatch and then close the hatch.
Sure.
Alright, so Aaron is he's got to muscle, remember, it's cramped space, so he's got to muscle his way through. Then he's got to pop his head out of the hatch. Hopefully not take ricochet fire from all the bullets pinging off, so he pops out of the hatch.
Okay.
You could just man the gun, but you have 2 options. You could man the gun or you could fire your own gun.
He's probably not going to be able to man the gun. I don't think he has heavy weapons.
No, he probably doesn't. You're the only one who really is skilled in that type of gunnery. So he's going to use his own gun. So pick a target and shoot somebody. And pop back in. Let's see, what shit. I keep closing the pages. I shouldn't be closing the pages. So they're watching the hatch, so they see that there's somebody popping out of the hatch, so instinct kicks in, and they just stop what they're doing, and they try to dive down. So 6. So this is all 3 of them. One of them's not going to go anywhere. Like the one with the LMG is not going to go anywhere. The other 2 are going to duck down. So the one you're going to tag is the biggest one in the center. So the biggest one in the center is going to take soak damage. What's the minus? -6? What the hell are you shooting? Oh, you're shooting him with that. The heavy assault rifle. That's why.
Christ.
So he's got 18 armor. You do only 13 damage, so it's going to be purely stun damage. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's physical damage because it's 13 versus 12 because armor piercing. Let's see, 13, 12 and 10. That's like 6. It only does like 6 damage. So you stitch a pattern across his chest, but he's still pretty damn angry. So,
kill it with fire.
And then Aaron ducks back down to avoid the return fire. Alright, so Raven, you were on your way to a building.
Probably made it there already by now.
Okay, so let me... you will get stopped at the door, because this building is like an office building. And there's security at the front. It's like, hold on, where do you think you're going?
There probably is a way to the roof from like the side, because of a fire exit.
Security's still following you. You didn't really give them an explanation. It's like, hey,
But,
where are you going?
I mean, I wouldn't even have gone to the door.
Okay, so...
It would have probably turned off before I reached the door.
I mean, you'd see the security at them, but I mean, there's still... So you'd have to climb up whatever fire escape.
Yeah, I'll do that.
So... Like, they would, like, the security would obviously see you. They would come around the corner, and they'd see that you're not there. It's like, but where'd she go? Like, because they're not looking up. So you'd climb the fire escape all the way to the roof, and then you'd be on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. You don't really have a clear line of sight of either, because there's still a little bit of building blocking you, but, I mean, you'd still be able to get a shot off.
Oh, I probably have clear sight of the one flying.
Yeah, the flying one is a pretty clear shot.
That's the one I'm gonna kill, or try to kill.
Sam, are you gonna try to tell her otherwise, or?
No, but that's the thing. If I kill him, he keeps himself silent when Sam hits the rest of the guys.
All right.
No, but you might shoot the RPGs.
Yeah, you might hit the rockets, which explode. So there's a chance of
she's
detonation.
a marksman.
Let's see what this marksman can do. So you're trying to plug him in. You're trying to plug him without detonating the rockets. So can't really dodge or anything. Let's see what his soak is like. I think even with this, there's no way, because it's like you take, because it's like an armor piercing of 8. It's high. It's basically armor piercing rounds.
Right through the damn temple.
Yeah, so, let's see. Obvious. I mean, hitting a slightly moving target in the air, child's play. So bullet goes through his head, rockets don't detonate. So now you're levitating a dead body.
An explosive dead body.
Yep. So
Nobody
even notices that he's dead. Okay, so now what's Dust gonna do? I mean, you're still getting fired. Well, the fire has slackened. There's only one guy left standing firing.
Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna just keep Dust inside of the truck for now.
Okay, so I mean, what would she be doing in the truck besides just chilling?
Just chilling.
She could control the gun from my comm link if she wants.
Yeah, but none of them have gunnery skill. The only person who
Yeah.
actually knows how to use the gun is Mara. She's the only one that
Yeah.
can.
Damn.
And my gun's better anyway, so that's kind of
Yeah,
awkward.
she has both heavy weapons and gunnery skill, so she has the means to use heavy weapons.
God
Yeah, I
damn,
know.
son.
I'm gonna keep Dust just sitting there.
Okay, so and then you got the enemy, who is like he's starting to motion to the rest. Get back inside. It's like this is not. This is well, you're gonna have to wait for them inside. So these guys who are approaching, they're turning around and going back the other way. These other two guys, since there's no gunfire happening, he's telling them to get a move on. So they quickly barge open the door and get back inside. Except for the dead guy, he can't go anywhere.
How do the two people that were standing next to the guy get there?
Because they can move 20
Within there.
They can move 20 at a time. Remember, that's easy. That's slightly within. So these two other guys that were at the barricade, and these guys were just not that far off.
Yeah, they could have
They're in
definitely
range to
gotten
get blown.
Hmm. I didn't know they could run 20.
Yeah, these guys are pretty fit for.
So,
Damn.
actually, how many people can I see inside? Because I'm still kind of looking at the building.
The building, most of the windows are covered with some sort of curtain.
Yeah, but I have thermal vision, so...
Okay, so you're going to use your thermal to pierce. Let me check if there's any obstruction. There is an obstruction. Apparently, you're seeing that the whole wall is lit up. Like, all of it is a thermal blur. So, whoever owns this warehouse, they really don't want anybody noticing, because they have some sort of thermal dampening shield on the outside, where it produces, to put it simply, it produces heated walls. It's basically heated walls. So you can't really see anything beyond a giant red thermal blur. So whoever's inside really doesn't want prying eyes. If they've covered both cybernetic users and magic users, it's like, what other security do they have?
Maybe he just turned the heater on.
No, it wouldn't. It wouldn't dampen out all the walls. So thermal vision is not going to work here. I mean, do you at least tell anybody that? Like that?
Yeah,
Okay, so
I do.
Kree confirms that. It's like, yeah, I couldn't. Like, she peeks out the window. It's like, yeah, I can't see anything through that either. It's like, well, that's not good.
But I might be able to still see, because I have ultrasound, basically.
Okay, so using your next sense is ultrasound.
Christ.
Ultrasound, there is no blockage to ultrasound. They didn't think that far ahead. So ultrasound, what
Good
are you
thing I
trying to
have that,
detect?
then.
I mean, the most you could see is that there's the six
People
guys
with weapons.
Yeah, there's people
With weapons.
Yeah.
And where somewhat they are.
So people with weapons and somewhat where they are. I mean, you see that there's the 6 guys in there. It looks like they're barricading themselves inside. Then it looks like there's maybe 4 more in there. And they're off to that side.
Ten people inside.
Mhm.
That's basically what I say over the com.
Yeah, so 10 people inside, and then you got the one leader who's still outside. He's like brazen, and he's, even though
That's
he's
11
bleeding
people.
profusely,
Never mind.
he's still trying to fire.
It's 11, but no, well.
Yeah, it's 11 in total.
No, 12 in total, Trick.
Okay. Why was there? Yeah, and then the rocket guy. So
No, 13 in total then.
wait, so who's the 12?
I miscalculated
Who
the
the hell is the wait? So there's 10 inside. There's 1 outside. There's the other
11,
dude who's
11
floating.
inside. Trick,
There's
11 inside.
How's there 11? Oh,
Count.
because the first one is a 7 group. It's not a 6 group.
Yeah.
Okay, so this guy, like, he's not about to give up. He actually switches his ammo type. Like, you see him just disengage the belt and slap in another belt. Like, it's a drum feed, so he disengages one belt and then he attaches another belt to it. And he opens up with the second belt, which I don't know if it'll do anymore. So the major difference is now he's using explosive rounds. But against an armor of like 8. Okay, so if I was correct, you guys have access to the vehicle's coding now. So go to vehicles and hopefully, I think you guys can see it now. Oh, wait. I did not enable you to actually be able to see the vehicle.
That would be nice,
so
yes.
Elzor, you have access to the vehicle. So you have to roll its soak. Hopefully you're still active. Okay, so yeah, that's not happening. Even with explosive ammunition, it's still not enough. Oh wait, you forgot to... Nope, still not enough. That only reduces the armor to like 15. Versus 9 damage? Yeah, that's not going to happen. So now you hear a couple loud bangs, but besides that, the armor's still holding. And without any damage.
Is someone shooting firecrackers out there?
Okay, so FaZe, you're up again. I mean, you still got control of the helicopter, which is slowly flying over here.
Yeah, I just need it to get over here before I could, shut this guy up.
Which shut who up?
The guy's shooting at us, unfortunately.
Yeah, so...
When is...
I mean, they're obvious, like, they're seeing that you're trying to make it. It's like, is your rotor control really failing that badly? You're not quite going towards designated airspace.
Yeah, even the controls are not responding. We're trying our best over here.
Okay, so it's like, do you at least have a trajectory of where you're going to crash, if you do crash?
Yeah, we have one. Well, it's potential, but it's not concrete yet.
It's like, and it's like, well, where are you crashing?
Best case scenario, we could veer off to the right, hit a warehouse.
It's like, that's not a best case scenario, that's the worst case scenario. Best case scenario is you land somewhere where it's uninhabited.
Unfortunately, it looks like that's the best case at this stage. Worst case scenario is we slam right into the city.
It's like, I'm sorry, then we'll have no choice. We'll have to shoot you down.
Either way, we're going to hit the city at this point.
Okay, so I mean, you're about here. It's like you're about here, and there's another helicopter approaching you from behind. Like it's armed. It's gonna try to shoot you down.
At this point, I'll eject the pilots, make it seem as if they bailed.
Okay, so
watch for the blood spray.
Okay, so the pilot, the pilot doesn't even see it coming. He doesn't even have time to respond. The ejection seat triggers. He gets hit with the blades, and he gets misted. So they're screaming down below. It's like, and you can hear it over the comms. Like, the pilot ejected. Was that a malfunction?
Yeah, just pretend like the helicopter's going down, but I'm just going to fly it low.
Okay, so I mean, there's another helicopter tailing the main helicopter. See where it crashes. So it's like, wait, why is that thing... It's like, that thing was crashing, right? Why is it still flying?
Can I pop around into the other helicopter? This rotor blade?
I mean, how good's your piloting?
Terrible.
So, you're going to have to roll it, though. So you have to try and make this thing turn around and shoot at the other helicopter.
Alrighty then.
So he's turning, he's flipping it, and I mean, he's ready. I mean, like, it's like he already knows something's up. It's like, that's an unmanned drone. Open fire.
Fuck.
So you're flipping around facing at him. He's flipping around facing at you. Let's see. So you will likely both get off a volley before something. So that's what. So his volley, both your volleys miss. Both of you suck at aiming.
But
Oh wait, no,
both of them rolled
I
zero.
forgot to. There's one thing I forgot to include, which is 0. What was your gunnery skill?
Nothing.
Yeah, so he's got a better gunnery skill. He's got a gunnery skill of 4.
But
Because he is a pilot and he's better at it than you. So let's see. Get rid of that.
can't you just take control of his drone now?
I can. I gotta mark it.
Okay, so even with gunnery, still that's because there's no agility attached to that. Okay, with agility and with gunnery, let's try that
He
again.
has no limits.
He has no limit.
Oh my god!
What's
Yeah,
the
what's
limit?
Just look at the rolled stuff. It shows him have one.
I'm gonna plug in some random
Yeah.
stats for the
Just
guy.
one success.
to-
It's just one success
for what?
with that last roll. Just roll, look at the numbers,
Yeah, it's a 5. Hold on, let me.
which is one
So
success,
he hits
and that's
and.
it.
Okay, so both of you don't miss. It's you. You both hit each other. Can you dodge though? Is the question.
Good question. Can I dodge?
Just roll dodge, I guess.
So he's gonna do evasive. Like his vehicle's gonna do evasive maneuvers. So he will avoid what? Well, let me. I think I rolled the wrong thing. I actually rolled the wrong attacks. So 12 and 12. These things have paper skin, just so you know. So his dodge will say it'll kill your successes as well as block 1 damage, but unfortunately, if his soak doesn't succeed, his helicopter's going down. So his helicopter absorbs most of the damage. Actually, I think it does all of the damage. Yep, it does all of the damage. 4 for success, and then 9, that's 13. So he'll absorb your shots. What about the other way around? So are you, like, did you know you were going to get shot at? Do you have an evasion, or?
I don't even know if I have a skill to fly this damn thing properly.
Okay, so can you evade? Let's see. Roll your, do you even have skill in aerial? Can you
Nope.
fly? Okay, so that's a no. So let's go with a soak then. So you weren't expecting him to shoot back. I mean, so that's. He does what? He does 15 damage to you. Let's see, 15, 14, 15, 12, 11. So your helicopter's going down.
Good. Now I have another one in the area.
So they're Lone Star, they're well equipped, so you're gonna have a bit of harder time cracking into it, but you can give it a shot. So your helicopter takes full damage, and it basically smacks into whatever's on the ground. The civilians here are kind of dumb. They weren't expecting their safety to be shattered so easily, so again, more civilian casualties.
This time it's Lone Star's fault and their group's fault.
Well, it's whoever was
Fuck off.
flying the drone, so,
But nobody was flying the drone, so
Now he's missed.
No, I mean, the pilot has to get out of this, but I mean, the pilot still has comms, so he's already relaying that it was an unmanned aerial drone. Somebody was hijacking a helicopter, so now they're on a. So you're gonna try to hack into.
Okay, he's in the airspace.
Very true.
The -4 didn't apply.
What's the resistance for that?
Let me look for it. It's intuition plus firewall.
Okay,
That's if they have a hacker on there.
That's if they have a hacker?
Or someone who could
Well,
defend.
otherwise it's the device rating, right?
That's all it says is intuition plus firewall. So if it's firewall on
So
there...
it's really
that's all
just
you can use.
intuition then, because that's all he's got. So he doesn't
Well, it
have
has to be electronic, so it has to be electronic based.
Okay, so it's like this really just it has to be a counter hacker.
Yeah, I think so.
So I mean, let's see. So you're dealing with kind of a basic hacking unit, which is not like it's not Black Mantis, so it's a basic hacker compared to what you're fighting normally. So he's got crappy technology, which is not enough to resist you. So
Oh, good.
So, I mean, you quickly hear inside of it's like, security breach, get out now! Set the self-destruct.
Fuck that!
So, you have to do another hack on the fly. Let's see, so he's got a pool of 8.
Ah, shit.
So, you can't stop
Yeah, you
him
get it.
from doing that. Like, the pilot quickly pulls the ejection, and he arms the self-destruct, and the helicopter kind of detonates in the air.
Aw, I wanted one.
Obviously, the police were ready for that. Like, they're getting everybody out of there. They're like saying, "Evacuate the area." The helicopter like slams into a nearby building.
Fuck.
So
I didn't do that.
This is turning into crap. This is turning into a bad operation.
This is very quickly becoming a war zone.
Yeah, this is quickly becoming a war zone.
Speaking-
People are being evacuated from this area,
I'm trying to
Speaking
save
of which,
people.
and in
Has
the process,
Coates run
you're
over that
killing-
guy yet?
Huh? Say what?
Has Coates run over this guy yet?
Hold on. We're Sam. You're back to you. Then we'll re-roll and see.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I have much to do. I'm just levitating a dead explosive
I thought
body.
you were
with
okay.
nobody
So what are you
to-
gonna do with it?
I
Actually,
don't
throw
know.
the explosive body at the door.
Yeah, throw it at the door, make the door blow off. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Is that what I'm doing? I mean, okay. I mean, I can.
Sure, do
All
it.
right, sure.
So that
I mean,
would be, I don't know, what is your throw?
Well, I mean, it's levitate, so it's like I'm mentally just whipping it 10
so-
meters per second.
So you're whipping it like bullet speed towards the door.
Basically.
Okay, so it hits the door and you hear an explosion in the distance. So let's see, you're in here somewhere. There. Along with you see a fireball and the door is clearly off now. Along with there's no more body. But remember, it was a double door, so they might not have been affected by the explosion. You can't tell from where you are.
I can.
Yeah, you can. So now you're seeing, like, you see that the outer thermal cover is breached. Like, you can see somewhat into this doorway. You can see that the 7 guys behind there. And you see that the second door absorbed most of the explosion. The outer door was a facade. The inner door is armored.
No, but since it has been damaged already by the explosion,
It has not been damaged by the explosion. What? Like, it's a lot tougher metal. Like, it is a security door. So the explosion blew off a good, let me get the chunk of that it blew off. So it blew off the frontal facade, but the inner door is still intact. Like, they were expecting a fight. Like, so whatever's in here, it must be of very high value if they went to this length to keep it secure.
at this point I'm questioning. Fuck, what are they shooting with?
Who's shooting with what?
Rockets don't just blow off one door normally, especially not in that size of
Yeah, but
package.
the interface is like it's a double door, and the inner one is a metal security door, and apparently the inner one is blasting line. So if you tried to breach in with explosives, you'd have to hit the second door. Of course, that doesn't mean that you can't just go around. Because you see that this area is a contained area, but now that you can see inside, you see that the rest of the wall, not so much. You could probably blast a hole through those. Like, they made it so the front entrance was extremely secure, and they knew what way they're going from. Of course, not every other wall is, so you could probably just ram the vehicle into the wall or something. You'll find a way.
Potentially killing civilians inside.
Potentially killing civilians inside. And that's probably what they're counting on, is that if you try to breach another way, you'll hit people. Of course, you could just have Creed just bust a hole in the wall. I mean, that works, usually.
I think almost all of us can bust a hole in the wall.
Yeah, most of you can bust a hole in the wall. Alright, so Aaron, what is Aaron going to do? Now that there's still only just one shooter, is he just going to pop out again and just take him out?
Yeah, that's probably what Aaron's going to do.
Okay, so finishing what he started. Seeing the gunners, like, he's using a different ammo type, which is still not working. So Aaron, once it clicks dry, that's when Aaron takes his chances. Again, this guy's being arrogant. I mean, like, he thinks he's really tough, but in the end, he's going to get full of holes. So 13 versus 12, that'll pierce his hide. That'll do 8 damage, which will be enough to kill him. So, I mean, you shoot him more times in the chest until now. Now there's, like, chunks of flesh falling out of his chest, and then he stops moving after that point. Like, he's falling back, firing into the air. And then he hits the ground with a splat. So, what does Aaron do now? Now that the one target is dead, does he just bail out, or?
He just hops back in the van.
Okay, so hops back in the van. Okay, reroll your initiatives. Let's see who goes next. Dust is like on a holding pen. It seems like all the external threats are gone. They're all holed up inside the building. Of course, let's have Dust roll her perception as well. So, on top of everything else. So, I mean, you hear sirens. You don't know if they're cops or cops or fast response vehicles. All you know is that they're coming this way.
You should blow a hole in that building and then leave so the cops investigate it.
Yep, so you're going to have to go fast. Alright, so Phase, I mean, both helicopters are now down. And despite not wanting to cause civilian casualties, there's a high chance he did, with 2 crashed helicopters.
It was the enemy's fault. Mm-hmm. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you keep saying that. But anyway, moving on. What do you plan to do now? It's like...
Was the plan to get out of here, or...?
Both. Plan to get out of here and a plan to complete the mission.
Can you make it look like they were the guys who did that? Yeah. And then we leave and the police investigate them?
Yeah.
Well, it was their helicopter.
Yeah, it's rapidly going to shit, so, I mean, you're going to have to figure something out.
I'll just delete any trace I've had on there.
Okay, I mean, yeah, so you spend your time getting rid of any trace that you were ever on these networks.
Yeah. And then I just reset my device so my Overwatch score goes away.
Okay, so... Alright, so no trace. I mean, what's next, though? I mean, how are you going to have the police investigate this place instead? Plus, it's like, how are they going to get in? And thirdly, what if the police are in their pockets?
We're going to find out soon, aren't we?
That, or...
Soon we'll find out.
It's like, the plan, what's the plan? What do you plan to do?
Well, I mean, my plan was just to erase any evidence that we were here.
Okay, so that's what you end up doing.
Yeah, but as for anything else, anyone have ideas? So I can point them in the right direction, or you're just going to blow a hole in the wall?
So, Mara, what's your plan? What's the plan? I mean, the cops might be on their way. But plus, there's 2 downed helicopters over there. So it's like, would they investigate the helicopters first, or would they investigate this first? It's a chance. But you gotta act now.
This is getting a little hot.
Yeah, very hot.
Just a bit.
Yeah, even Coach is asking, it's like, we gotta do something soon. I mean, we can't just sit around and get arrested.
I don't think we can kill the guys inside and get the civilians out before the cops get here.
It's like, so what do you plan to do?
Drive away? Have
Yep.
our hackers do hacky things so they look at the building?
Okay, so Mara's idea is that you find a safe location, you hack into their network, and you have the cops try and investigate this area. So it's like sending an anonymous tip about a legal operation.
Pretty much.
I mean,
Like, it doesn't look
Phase,
like we're gonna
technically
save
you
them,
have the
so-
data to do that.
All of our mission was just to get the civilians safe, so
Yeah,
we
but
can
that
do that
doesn't
without
that doesn't
personally
mean that
doing
you
it.
have to do it directly.
yeah.
Sure, if that's the plan, I'll send it to him
Okay,
as an anonymous tip.
So Faye's sending an anonymous tip in. So first of all, where are you going to drive? I mean, you have to get out of the city. As
Just
discreetly
out of here.
Okay, so as discreetly as possible, you're just going to drive down the road and away from whatever is happening, like off the main road, like back onto the main roads, just looking like just another vehicle. Although you do have a giant gun on top of the vehicle. And you have bullet scars, like the front has been dented from all the bullet impacts. And it's been blackened by the explosive ammo.
I knew I should have gotten that inconspicuous driver perk.
Yep. Well, Coates is the one driving, so he might be able to get it. In fact, does he have the karma to get it right now? Maybe he can't get it right now because we're in the middle of a mission. But I think he has enough karma. Yeah, he has like 16 karma. He could get it. He could be the driver.
I think it only costs like 4.
Yeah, so Coach, that's probably something he can get. So, I mean, do you tell him that? It's like, yeah, you should learn how to be a discreet driver.
Yeah, just as we're driving away from all the explosions, you should learn to be a little bit more discreet, Coates.
It's like next project, man. It's like one thing at a time. So, and he just he parks in a nearby alley, and it's like, all right, so I take it you're like he's pointing at it's like first of all he calls Raven. It's like, Raven, how are you gonna get out of there? It's like, never mind, you'll find a way. In fact, they don't even know about Raven, so all she could do is just pack up her guitar and just walk to where we are.
Oh, actually.
Okay, so so we're going back to Phase briefly. Phase, what is the anonymous tip you send?
Their location
That's
and
not
everything
enough.
they need.
Okay, so you're giving him evidence of their actions.
Yeah, but I'm not going to give them the original files, obviously.
Okay, so you're giving them copies of the files. I mean, what is the skill to determine what is a fake file and a real file?
That
would be just perception, right?
You could use perception or edit file to read it and do certain things with it.
Edit file was based off of which stat? Data processing?
Data processing, yeah.
Okay, so that would be just for them, it would be, their devices are bare minimum. We're talking 4s. So, super oh, shit, did he really get all 4 of those?
Wow.
So he could tell it's a copy.
That's
but he's
fine,
not
I mean,
going to say,
copies.
they're not going to say anything about that, but, the person who's doing the data analysis knows that this is a copy of an original. So, this anonymous tipster is someone of skill, he's sending us a copy, or someone who's smart. He's sending us a copy of the file, not the actual file.
Yeah, because who would send them the original?
Someone who's stupid, I guess. So he's got some modicum of, it's like, this guy knows what he's doing. This guy's not an amateur. Which kind of leads you to credibility. It's like, all right, so this must be a somewhat legitimate tip. This is not some crap. Okay, so Raven, you're just going down the fire escape, right?
No, I'm staying right there.
So
For
you're
now.
observing the building. What you see is quickly, like, it didn't take that long for them to respond. I mean, like, there's already 3 patrol cars.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see how
Yeah.
this turns out.
Like, there's 3 patrol cars, and they bring an armored car with them with a gun. So with a big, it's similarly loaded out to yours. They have the cops on top. He's aiming the gun inside. Like, you know, it's the same thing. They're going prepared. With the information you gave them, they're going prepared.
Oh, good. Good.
So, what other information did you give them? Like, did you give them the full layout of the building?
Sure, if it'll help.
Like, from your position, you see that, like, you have at least 12 officers on the ground, and they're putting breaching charges on one of the walls. And so, like, from Raven's angle, you see that they breach the wall, and they start going in guns blazing, like they're quickly disabling targets. So SWAT tactics. There's like whoever's inside, they're clearly armed and ready to fight.
Glad that's not us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. And you can hear it from where you're standing. I mean, it's really loud.
Of course I can hear
Yeah,
it.
but it's loud, but it's brief. It's like it quickly. See, they win, but not without casualties. I mean, they get the civilians out, and you see that they like depressurize the front door. It's a pressure seal too, so whoever did this had a lot of money. And you start seeing civilians start to get piled out and put into the back of the armored car. Let's see, what's the final count of the people that you actually saved? 9. 9 out of 20.
I'll take it.
Yeah, by the looks of it, the rest are taking out what looks like you. Let's see. FaZe, do you want to try to hack into their comms, or do you want to try and? It's like, do you really want to take that risk, or with another hacker in the area?
I mean, probably not a good idea with the other one around.
Okay, so I mean, Raven, how good's your hearing? Can you hear what they're saying?
Extremely good.
Okay, so likely you're hearing that, they're saying, all right, we're going to need some body bags in here. There's a lot of dead in here.
And everyone else can also hear this because of SoundLink.
Yep, so it's like, looks like some sort of organ harvesting operation. Yeah, pretty sick stuff. It's like, yeah, send a hazmat team in. We need to get this area cleaned. Yeah.
Holy shit.
So, let's see. That officially is mission accomplished. Not the way that's not exactly how it was supposed to end, but it ended that way.
Well,
so I mean, the police are cordoning off the area. They like dragging the body of the leader over here. They're civilians and they're like trying to keep them back. It's like, obviously some of the, like, unlike before, there's like a press. The press are here and they're like taking pictures. It's like, sir, what happened here? It's like an anonymous tip. This is a police raid. This place is an illegal organ factory. We're currently dismantling it. It's like, organ factory, but it's like, how could you allow something to be in our city? It's like, well hidden. According to the anonymous tip, they had quite a bit of security to prevent us from seeing. They knew how we operated. They knew our tactics. So, at that point, it doesn't seem like anything more exciting is happening up there. So, do you plan to move, or did you already move on?
Yeah, I already moved on. The moment all the civilians were out and they called in the body bags, that's when I started moving.
Okay, I mean, Zero, you could hack into one of the cameras. I mean...
Oh, they have those too.
Yeah, so likely there's not going to be a decker. So, I mean, just get surveillance on the area to, like, confirm.
What do we get for that?
Plus, it's the news. Remember, it's the news report. It's the report that they're giving about the cops.
Well, do they? Oh shit! Actually, we're probably not even in view. So it's
I
not
mean,
even
you're
a
in a
big deal.
van far off, so
Yeah, no, that's the thing. We're far off, so they're probably not sticking their cameras near us.
I mean, the area of gunfire is over here.
Exactly. So there's no need to hack them.
All right, cool. So it's like Dust calls. I mean, the guy is like, that was the most reckless operation I have ever seen. I mean, you turned downtown into a war zone, and fine. Well, you got the civilians out, at least what's left of them. It's like, all right. So I guess he's going to authorize payment, so I have to go to the... I really need to just get this down.
Oh, good. You better authorize that shit.
Of course he's going. I mean, he said he was going to, but I mean, you're obviously going to get docked because it quickly turned into a wet run. It turned into a cold-hearted run very quickly. Actually, no, you get paid more for that. You get paid more for wet work. So since it turned into a wet work operation, you get paid more, but you get less karma. Because you didn't really save. You saved maybe... I mean, this guy's an asshole. You saved like 60% of them, and he says that's not enough. So he's a dick.
Fucking A.
He'll pay you more for all the risk you went through, but he won't... Like, what was it? Was he paying you double, or was he paying you single? I think he was paying you single.
Normal, I think.
Yeah, he's paying you normal pay. Highest opposed dice pool. Well, if we were counting Black Lotus, that's the equivalent of 12. So
No,
that's
way more, Trick.
what do
Way
you mean
more.
way more. What's their combined to?
Look at the arsonist, the arcanist, anarchist,
The
absorb
anarchist?
damage. That dice pool is the highest.
What, 10?
What?
Wait, where am I? Hold on, I think I've been looking at the wrong
Absorb
one. Oops.
damage.
Oh, absorb damage. That's armor. Wasn't?
Yeah, but that's still a dice pool.
I'll have to look into that. Hold on, let's see.
Just look at the roll, because that's a lot of dice.
Okay, so cash. Skill and attributes of any NPC. It's got to be skill and attributes. There's nothing that says that it's armor.
There's nothing that says it isn't.
Well, it's specifically on 371. It specifically says skill plus attribute of any NPC that will be directly opposing you. Which the most person that's the highest is 12. Yeah, it's because if it was armor value, that dice would always be misconstrued all the time because armor class can go way high, like much higher. So no, we're gonna go with, and it's like what 12 divided by 4. It's like 3 times already, and that's not including everything else. Greedy bastard. Because you got not only 3 to 1, you also got. Oh wait, no, you can only have one of. Oh no, you have both of those. Were you outnumbered 3 to 1? So, with this current mission, nah, I don't think you were you?
No, not in a combat situation.
Yeah, so not in a combat situation.
Well, actually,
you were. It was
Actually,
like
yes.
it was even. It was 10 to 10.
FaZe was
No.
outnumbered 3 to 1 in a combat situation in the Matrix.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't count for the whole dice pool. That's not everybody. That's just him. But
we
eh,
were.
Doesn't really
I
specify.
don't know.
At one
Roll a
point we
d6. Let's see what the game decides. Will they does the Matrix count, or is that not?
I mean, he
That would
took
be
damage from it.
phase. You have to roll a d6. This is going to decide the fate of this dice. And that is a no. That is below. So no, we're not going to count that in terms of outnumbered. Instead of outnumbered 3 to 1, because that
People
was only
actually
it was only
being
one instance, and it
combat.
was only one of you. It wasn't the whole group. Whole group, I would say you still get the 1 bonus for, you're fighting professionals. You're not fighting regulars anymore. these guys are well armored and they're well trained. So you got professional. So that's already a +1. No critters, no spirits that I know of. You got it done with speed, not subtlety. So you got it done with speed. So that's 1,
It's either of
2,
the two that counts, so.
that's 5, yeah, so. You did raise your public exposure because you did crash 2 helicopters, I mean. And they know that
no
you...
one knows it's me.
Like, they know. Well, I mean, that's what he assumed. It's like you turned that area into a war zone.
But I did it under the credentials of the enemy.
Yeah, so... I mean, they don't know the fine details, so... You still... That's you want... If you... The problem here is that you get exposure and you get more money. But if you don't, then you don't get more money. So it's like...
Well, it's the risk of exposure. It's
Yeah,
not actually
risk.
being exposed.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I
you did
think
risk public
assaulting
exposure. You
combat.
did go into an area downtown and nearly get killed. Actually, you didn't even have the risk of death. It was more of just people knowing who you are and what you do. So yeah, so this 1, 2, 3, 6, and then notably dangerous element. You haven't met any of those yet, so no. So you have a 6 times multiplier. That's 1,800, and then you get somebody roll a d10. Let's see how high you get.
Who's got more luck than I do?
Yeah, somebody with luck. Ooh,
Oh,
that's not
there
bad.
we go.
That's real good. Times 19, so that's 18. Hold on, let me get my calculator out. That's 18,000 times 1.19, which means you guys get 21,400. Let me just write it in there. That's how much you get each. That's the payment for this operation.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's a pretty good haul. Now, as for the karma, yeah, a lot of people got killed because of your action. So you get +4, and then you get basically you nullified your adventure challenge, which is the highest post dice pool, because you got 12. You got an extra 2 karma from that, and then it got minused out because you killed some civilians.
That was the police.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't
Had
the
they
police.
not shot, we would have been fine.
All right, so yeah, very true. I mean, it was reckless police action. Let's see. Because I remember how we rolled that was that we can't like switch one or the other.
No, just keep it cold-hearted.
Yeah, keep it cold-hearted. So it's -2. So in total, you guys get 4 karma, like overall. Let me write this down.
Less karma than money at this point.
Less karma than money. Why?
At this point in the game.
Why? Wait. So you want money? Wait, what?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who doesn't?
Everybody needs money.
Oh man, I could use some money right about now.
I need like
Scrooge
800k.
McDuck up in this
So this is an
motherfucker.
anarchist rescue op. The total amount of money you got. I'm writing it down. So 121,420 new yen, and then the total amount of you get 4 karma. You quickly turned it into a cold-hearted run with that last instance. It wasn't even supposed
That
to be
was their fault.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that was their fault, man. Damn.
They they were the ones who were dumb enough to open fire. I mean, they're gonna have to try and explain that to their employers. It's like, why did you open fire on a helicopter? Or why did you
I was
open
trying to
fire
land,
on a vehicle? Yeah, on a suspicious vehicle in a populated area. It's like you weren't weapons cleared. And it's like the person who's going to get the most guff is the person who gave that order. It's like, what asshole does that? So what now? You guys so Coach is like asking, all right, I guess we drive home or something, or
I need to go to sleep.
okay, so it's like
This was a doozy of a day.
so this was a long day. I mean, this was a lot of things happening and a lot of off. So it's like Oops. I gotta give the White Rabbit like a parking lot.
Probably.
Okay, let me grab all of you guys. So I guess all of you are gonna head to the bar first, or?
Oh, I think we'd be better off stopping by the other place first to pick up all the trucks again and then drive
get the
back.
vehicles. Alright, so you stop by Kemmenstrasse. Oops, I wasn't supposed to do that. So you're back here. You arrive in the armored car. Coach is like, okay, now here's the problem. You need 2 drivers, because one needs to drive one
but
vehicle. So who's driving the other
Coach can drive this one, and Mara can drive the other one.
one? Mara, what do you think?
Sure.
Okay, so Mara, you're driving the main van.
It is Mara's vehicle.
Oh, yeah,
so.
technically. Okay, so Mara's going to drive the truck. I mean, what happened to your bike? Do you just keep it around?
I don't think I brought it with me this time.
Okay, so your bike's somewhere else.
Yeah, that's right. 'cause we sent it
Dust
back
is
to my
Dust
house
was getting kind of
first.
claustrophobic in there, so she's already out of that vehicle. I mean, you're just trying to... Sam, what are you going to do? You going to stay in this one, or are you going to go to the other one? I mean, Torbjorn's going to that one. It's like...
The other one was more comfortable.
Yeah, plus it had... because it had, like, better seating, and it had the... Yeah, so... This one's designed for killing, that one's designed for comfort.
Well, this was where somebody lived, so...
Yeah, so that's why it's designed for comfort. So Coach is like, well, can't say I blame you. I mean, I did design it for comfort.
You did a damn good job.
So you got E4. And Creek kind of like taps you on the side of the head. It's like, why'd you have to go kill all those people?
I did nothing.
And it's like, alright, whatever. And she just goes, sits back down. The vehicle's not designed for her size, so she's having a hard time finding seating in here.
Well, since all of us moved out, she should have more space.
Still, it's
Yeah,
like,
stretch your
this
legs
is,
a bit.
this vehicle was not designed for metahumans, so... Alright, hold on, I'm grabbing all of you so I can move you to the... So you guys take the vehicles. Again, it's another 20-minute drive back to where you came from.
You know, we should probably hide the armored vehicle.
Where are you going to hide the armored vehicle?
I don't know, give it a paint job or
You gotta-
parking garage.
Gotta How about you drive it to Mara's shop? Because Mara does have a shop.
You do? Holy hell, man.
She's a mechanic. What do you expect? She has what is it, a garage?
It's a garage, yeah.
Is it small? Well, if it could fit a GMC Bulldog, it can fit one of these. I mean, this thing's a little bigger, but it could fit one of these.
Yeah. I mean, we can just move the gun to an internal mount, and it'll be fine for the road.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I think in Mara, like, okay, so is everybody at least going to show up at the bar, or what's going to happen?
I gotta go home to sell some BTLs and shit.
Okay, so everybody's quickly just grabbing a drink and then going about their business. Sam, I take it you're going home to rest up and not get... So you're not stunned anymore.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that took a lot out of it. So you're sitting there kind of in a daze, just it's like, oh god, what just happened? What was all that what just went on?
I threw napalm at people, and they threw a guy. Ugh.
Yeah, and they made him explode. You blew up a warehouse. Apparently, people like higher level enemies, they know about magic and they know how to resist magic.
Really, higher level magic people know how to resist magic? Huh.
Yeah. It's strange, isn't it? Yeah, he's good at he's good at a lot of things. Like, he also has that... You have that rock that you still have to go take to somebody. Probably it's going to be Mystic again. The street-dwelling hobo.
Yeah, maybe after I'm done healing up.
Okay, so let's see. You have... your initiatives all got wiped from that, so you have to re-roll them.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, tomorrow's another day, and it's like, as much as you guys did today, tomorrow's not going to be any better.
Of course not.
That's the life of a Shadowrunner.
Yeah. Oh. Later.
Okay, so everybody's out.
Elsor.
Oh, that's fast.
I mean,
Yeah, technically
the session
we
is
are
basically
out.
done.
Yeah.